What happens when a movie studio wants to milk the Taken franchise for one more film, but can't sign Liam Neeson because he is committed to the Naked Gun reboot?
Is that what really freaking happened here? Like for reals? Is that what happened? Okay.
Find out next on Trees in Space. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Trees in Space, the show where we watch and review movies of all genres, and we tell you what the critics thought, what the fans thought, and what we think. Is it worthy of a forest, a small grove, or just a stump to sit on? And in this week, in case you missed the thumbnail, we watched the 2025 action A Working Man, starring Jason Statham. I am Jason, not Statham, and that is Nate. Nate is a little under the weather right now, so please forgive his voice. It's cracking, probably because he was so emotional over this movie.
Look, I got, this movie is an action movie for sure, but man, I feel like the Russian mafia had to have gone to marksmanship training with the
Storm.
stormtroopers from Star Wars, because if you can't hit a goddamn guy riding a motorcycle in a straight line, no movement whatsoever, straight shot line.
It's not even that. I mean, that is the most instructable motorcycle ever because the motorcycle guy hit a few times and it just kept
Yeah,
going like it was no problem.
yeah.
That was, yeah. Let's talk. Let's tell everyone what this movie is about.
Yes.
Okay. Have you seen Taken? Okay, there you go. No, actually,
Uh,
the movie is. It says Levon Cade, which I had no idea was his name in the whole movie. Left behind a decorated military career in the Black Ops to live a simple life, work in construction. But when his boss's daughter, who is like family to him, is taken by human traffickers, he searches to bring her home. His search to bring her home uncovers a world of corruption far greater than he could ever imagine. It's
um,
Taken.
it is almost exactly taken. I know they did put a clever spin on it. So the this his daughter is just finished her first semester of college, and for whatever
Hmm.
reason feels like it has to be celebrated, like it's this major accomplishment. I feel like
I
that
like
could be
that.
bad parenting because if they celebrate every accomplishment and milestone, then it becomes an expected thing. But regardless, so she goes out with her friends. I thought the perspective of how these people traffic these women is so creative. Like they're just taking pictures, social media, like
Hmm.
pictures of people in the bar. Nobody's no
Yeah.
wiser. Everybody's taking pictures at the bar, and they're selling it to these perverts who get to freaking, hand pick their
Yeah,
client.
they say they go, I want this one, and then that person say, hey, they want this one, and then the people in the bar say, okay, we're gonna snag this one. And it wasn't, I don't think, because the girl that got sick in the bar, that wasn't the one that got kidnapped.
No,
So that was just a happenstance that she ended up going to the bathroom with her and then left
it was
without
just
her.
unfortunate
And
luck.
that sticky mouth, that's a brilliant little thing to have those.
That frightened me because if you are like a fraction of an inch too high, you're
Yeah.
out. No
The
breathing
goose,
whatsoever. You're
they worked that very well. They did some very good parts of this movie for sure.
I
Um,
wondered. Now, you're of a slightly different generation. I believe disco in the 70s was in your lifetime. Since then, do people actually practice choreographed routines and then go to the club and dance on the dance floor so everybody can see
that
them showing
they
off?
all stepped out like it was in White Girls or something, and they all danced out. They do that in line dance, and someone play about goes out to the thing and do a line dance, but you don't have four or five people walk out and
Yeah.
everybody just gets out the dance floor and they do their. That was very unrealistic. Um, it's so like I thought the beginning where he was helping his construction worker friend, you know. And that story went nowhere.
I
It just died.
I'm so happy you went there. I literally wrote that down like an hour ago. What the you set up a story like, and then you completely take a sharp right, and then the owner's daughter gets kidnapped. Why
Right.
wasn't it that guy's daughter that got kidnapped?
Mm-hmm.
That
Or
would have been a better story. He owes money to the wrong people. His daughter
mm-hmm.
gets taken. This dude knows that that guy can do things because of
Yes.
that first act. And then in the third act, Jason Statham, Levon, who goes by Bill in the movie at one point,
Yeah.
like goes and saves her and brings her home. That would have been the better movie. But what,
It'd make more sense.
yeah, what was that? Like
Uh,
just to show he
I,
could beat up people?
I know. I mean, maybe I because you figure that out later, I suppose, because they said it to him anyway during the movie. And another, the movie's almost 2 hours long, and then Nate's wonderful ideas in his brain that he has said for many months now. I'm agreeing with him on this one. This could have had 30 minutes cut out of it, and probably should have had 30 minutes cut out of it.
You
The
know,
storyline with the daughter and the father-in-law that didn't need to be in there at all.
well,
That was just a waste of time.
yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. But you know what? I was trying to think of where to cut time off of this because I was like, I already know it's too long. As soon as I saw the runtime before even watching it, so I was like an hour and 56.
Hmm.
I'm like, it is already 30 minutes too long, like you said. And I went in looking for spots to take away from this movie. And I was like, oh, you could cut the 2 minute and 30-second opening. But I started thinking about it, and it's like, well, it's character development in 2 minutes. Like,
Yeah,
is
I
it a
wasn't
long
wrong. I didn't have a
opening?
problem with that.
Yes. But
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I can get by that. But like, you know, do we need to see that he was sleeping? I guess like there's some I don't know. I guess the
No,
conversation
seriously,
like some of it like everybody kept giving him
cut every scene that had to do with his father-in-law, his daughter, the attorneys, all that. 20 minutes
there
is
you go.
gone.
Yeah.
I mean, 20, 25 minutes is gone because I'm sure because I'm thinking they're gonna try to build a sequel to this the way this one ended with the other Russian guy screaming because his kids were killed and he. So maybe that's gonna build onto it.
That fucking conversation between the two brothers in this mafia, right? The the father of the dead kids gets told by his brother, look, you may have a personal vendetta with this, but we are stronger and we cannot focus on the like he's not coming back to us. He is not a
Right.
threat. And because
The
he killed
demon
the
got
kid,
what the demon wants. Leave the
yep,
demon alone.
right. And be just being told, no, you have no support from the family because you lost your two sons. That and he just had to be like, okay. Like that was so like and his scream, like I liked I the mafia part of this. I loved like the Elder Mafia. I want to see the Russian Mafia movie now. Like, show me the Russian Godfather.
Mm. Yeah, because the problems I was having with this movie almost didn't start immediately, but okay, you have to follow me a little bit on this little rabbit hole. So everyone, you're watching us now, you know it's taken, so we don't have to explain the movie. Um, he goes into the bar, and the girl has him on camera, and the guy meets him, and he goes meets the black gentleman who's also a Green Beret or whatever. Okay. Uh, and during this is happening, he's already killed one of the Russian mafia guys, whatever. And there's a picture of him. And that one guy says to his two sons or to his two nephews, "Go," or whatever, my sons, "Go get that guy," right? And then the next time, not the next time, but later on, you see the girl videotaping him outside in the truck, and she goes, "There he is. Go get him." And that's when the two young boys grab him or try to chase him. When did she know that that was the same guy that killed the guy in the pool and is the same guy that made no sense. But anyways, and my
They
other
they
go
they
ahead.
do give a lot of this to audience perception. Like they
Hmm.
they don't dumb it down for anybody. They make it seem like you're art, like you really kind of have to follow this movie and like remember every aspect of this movie. Um, I do when the lead, the guy, I'm gonna call him a godfather, but he's not the dad, the father in the
Hmm.
beginning goes into the apartment where the two mafia guys shoot the bartender and then Statham
Hmm.
kills the other two. And he goes, "You notice anything different?" And his kid goes, "Your hair?" He
Yeah,
goes,
that's
"No, where's the fucking money?" Like,
Where's the fucking money? Hello? Where's my fucking money? I want my fucking money!
yeah,
I
where's my
love
money?
like that was my favorite part of like it was one of my favorite parts. It was so freaking like your hair? Like really? You're that fucking stupid? Like
I did like the part where they're fighting in the van and they shoot the driver and they both look at each other, because the driver's dead and the little kid and Statham are like, oops, because they know they're about to crash. I did enjoy that. Another part I did not like, there's a lot of just like, they had to be setting up a sequel because nothing else makes sense to have all these different characters in there. But he's going into hand-to-hand close combat. The weapon he chooses, that whatever, makes no sense for that situation.
especially when he's been rocking shotguns the whole time.
And he has a scope or that thing that's way this high, but he's like this and things right here. That's in this his vision. I know so we could do that
A
shot with the
therm yeah.
camera like this. That's why that was like that. But he's like this. This thing is in his way. He cannot aim with that. I don't understand that.
I like when they showed him gear up and he put his cell phone right here. I was like, is he record like is he that much
Yeah.
of a so like maniac that he has to record like body cam footage? And
Hmm.
pulls it down after. I was like, okay, well that shows the reason why he had his phone there. It's not like he was waiting for a call from this, pest company or something.
Hmm. I did like the girl that got kidnapped. She was not just a damsel in distress. She knew how to fight. She knew how to escape. She was smart about it. She got picked up by the police who were bad guys. And they all ended up going back to the exact same spot. Like there's only one spot in the whole Illinois for them all to go to.
Yeah, it was
I guess you
really
can call someone as well.
um I definitely this this reminded me of you. And when you like try to come up with something to say, like something clever or witty, and you miss the
But
mark. But
yeah, which is a lot. My analogies.
Nimi, that's it. That when Nimi tells Levon how his operation works, and then Levon goes, "Oh, just like buying snow tires." No, that's absolutely not the same. Not even fucking close to the same. And why would you pick snow tires? Like, why would you be like, it's just like, DoorDash. Or like it's just
Yeah.
like Uber, like just like buying
And,
snow tires. Fuck off.
and the thing is, I liked Denny, that the guy with the big nose that dressed a
Amy.
certain way. I liked his character. I didn't want his character to get killed, especially if they're gonna make a part two to this. I like his character. He was
Oh,
I
I'm
don't
glad
know.
they
I
killed
just
him.
mhm.
I'm glad they killed him.
I
Now,
liked his character.
what did you think about the timing? And why, I mean timing, not like the delivery of lines. I mean like formattingly wise. This young lady gets kidnapped, right? The family waits 3 days. So she gets kidnapped on a Friday. Saturday, she misses her piano recital. Sunday, still not home. Monday gets in touch with the cops. Monday is the first day at work, which
Hmm.
usually, no, Jason Statham gets, anyway. And then he then waits probably another day before saying yes. There's a 4 day head start on this trafficking
Hmm.
operation. And then he takes over and he managed doesn't seemingly quickly. Like I think within 4 days of getting kidnapped, that young
Hmm.
lady probably should have been dead by now.
Well, I think they were. That's the time when they had it messed up because when she bit the guy, that delayed it also. So that was, probably in the middle of his investigation. She bit the guy, so she got held up for a couple more days. But you're right, she should have been gone. There's no way that
Because
timing was
he's
correct.
gotta, and he interrogates, he's gotta go to the bar. He spends all day at a
Mhm.
bar. Then he's gotta track down the bartender, which he uses his cool little air tag, and then that's a whole nother probably 24 hours.
Yeah,
And then when he finds and scopes out the father, because he scopes out the whole timeline and day, like
yeah.
that's like
And
a
then he goes and
day.
kills him. Then he goes and gets the drugs. That's another day because he has to call him the next morning. So like 6, 7 days go by.
Yeah,
Um, you're right. It's just
the
just
cadence is
so
all
many
way
parts.
off.
It
And
is.
then
And another thing that bothered me was he was renting the truck. It was a rental.
yeah,
You rented it. He owns it, right? Because he has no money because he can't even afford a hotel or whatever. He can't even afford a room. But halfway through the movie, when he gets rid of the truck, he's driving a Mustang or some sort of sporty car. Where the
Challenger
fuck did he get that car? Where did he get that car?
or Charger. Yeah, I don't. That's another rental. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And this may be like a mild gripe. This guy is dumping drugs into water. He dropped a big ass bag over into a creek. Okay, natural
It's gonna
wildlife.
float.
It's gonna flow. It's gonna seep into the whatevers, and then
Yeah.
he gets another big ass bag, cracks him into the freaking
It's
sink
all, yeah.
in the toilet.
Yep.
Again, it's going into the drinking. Like, that's a lot of fucking drugs just to be dumping. Like, does nobody
Yeah.
care about the environment?
I don't know. And another thing, just like the Beekeeper movie, he's invincible to anyone. The only one who gave him half a chance of a fight was the big Green Beret dude, and he beat the Green Beret dude that's pretty convincingly and easily. He never had any really hard fights.
I
There was
do
no chance that he
appreciate
was gonna lose.
the part where he goes, "My fight is not with you,"
Yeah.
and then he's like, "End it fast."
Yes.
Like that was
Yeah.
pretty. Like
That was cool. And then of course he puts the gun on. He goes, "This is for somebody or whatever."
I thought
I
that was
didn't
fucking
understand that part.
stupid. Like, why are you
I
gonna
know.
leave
It's like
the gun? Like,
it's like, oh Lord. Is there anything else that you need to say on your written thing before we move on to the
clean
the
sweep, my friend. Let's get into it.
well, let's move on to the 5-star and 1-star reviews. The first 5-star review comes from Zachary K. What a blast! Wish they add wish they add more of the opera music in the sequel.
There was no opera music. There was
I
classical music
There was classical music, yeah, when she was playing that because there's a
for a
piano. Some reason there's a piano in the place that they're hiding her and locking her up.
the first four 1 star or less comes from Matt B. Same old tired formula. This time he wears a white hard hat to match his impeccably stainless teeth. The John Wayne of modern action movies. Actually, I was unkind to John Wayne. He made much better pictures.
Yeah, I'm not arguing with that at all. The next 5-star review comes from Matt J. The plot is nothing original, but that didn't make it any less awesome. It's a Jason Statham film, and it's exactly what one would expect. High body count and lots of action with a decent save the girl story. Good supporting cast too.
It's a Jason Statham movie.
It is. It is.
Craigie comes in with this 1 star or less. So cringy. The screenplay is awful, which is pretty incredible considering the book wasn't bad. The actors, not named Statham, provided an amateur performance, seriously hard to watch at times. So bad on the director. This is one of the worst movies I've seen in a long time.
I had no idea this was a book.
Me
It,
either.
it,
I
it
read
blows my
that.
mind that movies like this used to be books. I just don't see how an action movie like this would be a book. I guess Die Hard was, but um, Christmas book. The last 1-star review, 5-star review comes from Unknown, most popular person ever. He served his purpose to find the girl, and he did. It's a movie. I enjoyed watching Jason kick ass as another person saying in the comments. I enjoyed his serious demeanor and the expertise in commerce forward. Bravo. Jason, thank you for the thrill.
It was an action movie, and it starred Jason Statham.
It did.
The last 1-star or less comes from Leo W. You know, I find this very fascinating that every 1-star or less I've had, somebody wanted to make sure that you knew their name when they told you about this pile of crap. And you had an unknown. That's telling you something. Somebody didn't want to be.
It is.
Leo W. This is a C movie. The budget on this was spent on Jason and the rest on a high school kids production. WTAF? It was so corny and horrible cinematography drenched in editing done by school children high on ADHD drugs.
Hey now. Okay. I can't argue. I really can't. I want to. Oh. And the last, or the WTF review comes from Colin L, and it's 2 stars. About as good as a half-baked cake gets.
Cake have frosting?
I don't know, but it's like, how good is a half-baked cake? Raw cake dough is pretty good.
Is it?
Cookie
Cookie dough.
I don't know. I guess cookie dough is good.
I wouldn't eat raw brownie batter.
Let's move on and see what the Rotten Tomatoes and the audience scored this movie. Well, the critics at Rotten Tomatoes scored this at 48%. The audience, which is you at home, scored this for 87%.
Stop it. Get some help.
Why? Be any more than 48%. 48 is high.
Yeah, I was really. I'm like
7? Like, come on, guys.
Oh, well, we heard what critics said. We heard what the audience said. Now, let's go on to what Nate and I think about this movie. So I wouldn't recommend this to my surgeon, because it's a redone, same script as we said for the 50th time. It's taken, redone, but with a not as good supporting cast, not as good as a main actor either, because Liam Neeson is a better actor, and then he became an action star. So there was too many confusing parts to me. Like, it made no sense. Didn't make no sense. There was too many, as you mentioned, time gaps. Like, is it 5 days? Is it 6 days? Is it 8 days? Is it 2 days? Because how's he going to do all these things? It didn't make a lot of sense. It didn't close a lot of open-ended things. They went one way, they stopped it, and they went somewhere else. They had his daughter and this fight that he needs so many thousands of dollars to keep his daughter. It was very convoluted. It was very convoluted for a simple action movie, a simple action premise. Most of the supporting actors outside the daughter and the Russian mob boss were meh at best. It did not need to be 2 hours long. I'm not impressed with this movie. I'm giving it 1 tree and 1 stump.
Now it's my turn.
Wait for it. Here it comes. Almost there.
I will go next. Like you, I would not recommend this movie to my surgeon. Actually, you may have hurt the rating on this movie by talking just now. like we said before, and I'm gonna hit it again. You're absolutely right. I know I said it the first time, but you're correct still to say it, repeat it, is that it was so hard to follow the continuity of this movie. The time, like the parallel timeline just didn't work. Like it it didn't size up right. The pacing, all that. The It seemed like it was trying to pull strings off of Reacher maybe a little bit. It tried to pull a little bit of Taken. Well, it took the baseline of Taken and just kind of put a little like it's like when you buy canned pasta sauce and then you put some pepper and you put some garlic in it and you say it's homemade. No, it's store bought and you just added to it. And that's what they did with this movie. Um, I'm starting to get
That's an analogy, everybody.
um I'm starting to get to a point where you Jason Statham is becoming Steven Seagal and Jean-Claude Van Damme, where they're just making this blueprint movie over and over and over again. All right, Jason, this dude's gonna pretend to hit you with a right. You're gonna pop to the left or pop to your left, and you're gonna dodge it. And it's all fucking the same thing. I want to give this movie two trees. That's what I felt after, but the more we talked about it, just because it's a Jason Statham movie doesn't mean it's good. It's just, it's like Adam Sandler. I like Adam Sandler. I know Jason doesn't really care, but like, he put out a movie called The Cobbler once. He made a movie about a dude that made shoes. Like, there's no, like, at some point, you got to just say, no, I have money and I don't need more, even though I give it to charity. With that, this movie, I hate to say this, is a stump. I I I want to give it more, but there's no substance. It's watered down pasta sauce. There's no tomato, there's no bulk to it. It's just runny tomato water.
Well, you heard it here. Nate gave this film a huge stump without any nudity, and I gave it a tree in a stump. But what do you think? Did you like the movie? Did you not like the movie? Let us know. Write a comment. Give us a like, subscribe, notification, a follow, a share. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, what you want to see so we can put it out there. Because, doing that for us is just like, shopping for snow tires. And we will see you next week on Trees in Space.
What?